weird energy today. They got that so-called smoke blowing in the sky so thick out here in Colorado. Who knows what they running the game on right now, but they got the so-called forest fires going. And so now we gotta sit back and watch the show, see how they get this shit going on us again. Sit back and watch the show when you fucking with these guys. Excuse me. So somehow I'm feeling kind of weird today. I'm just feeling off track today. It's okay to have these days, but goddamn, that lets me know I need to cleanse. And these are the types of things that we can start being self-aware of if we're having a groggy day. Or I know I'll get over this. Because I started my day out with tea late, and so I need some fruit juices. That's what I need, fruit juices. So 100% fruit juices. That'll get me back going. But as of now, they got this whole skies out here in Colorado smoggy with so-called forest fire. And I say so-called because, once again, you can only take them for their word. They're going to tell you some things, but they're going to leave out a lot. That's just been their history. I mean, all you got to do is go look at their history. I can't make this up. So when you're looking at their history, you keep in mind who you're dealing with. If you forget who you're dealing with, then that means you're not aware of their history. So all this stuff I'm talking about on here is historically documented. Now you gotta go back over those documentations and see what's going on. But I mean, there's a lot of cross-referencing that's gonna have to go on anyway when you're coming out of lies. And this is lies that you are being. So we have to break it down and look into it. Break it down and look into it, because we definitely haven't been told the truth. That's the only reason it's able to go on like this. The pale-faced people are lying to their own people, even through the teachings. So lies are going on. And this system has to go on through people being deceived. And that's why I keep trying to tell people, why do we want to participate in a deceiving system? Why? When we can create a non-deceiving society functioning, where all are allowed to participate within that with equal rights. But since you have over 500-year history of a certain demographic of people, you gotta, just like on any job, you gotta take that fully into consideration and really keep them under. And like talking about probation, if once we get this thing in our control, we got to keep them guys on probation, because you have to keep tracks of how they operate. They got a history of crime across the globe. Everything he done to you, in context when it comes to like the criminal system and all this, we need to be doing to them. That's it. Once we start doing the same thing to him and start stepping out of his system and creating, like I said, we need a functioning system. That is not a deceiving system. We need the truth. We don't want people to be tied into mortgage agreements with lies involved. We don't want a cell phone contract where the first word is con. You see where I'm saying? You're already being conned into this shit. Mortgage agreements, cell phone bills, any of these contractual agreements, where there's page after page of legalese. Tell me right now, it's a con. If a lawyer got to be the one to determine if someone was conned or not due to these agreements, you just got to look at this thing for what it's worth. Stop playing like you don't see what's going on here. You're supposed to be able to use both sides of your fucking brain. All of us. So don't have him fooling us thinking we can only use one side of our brain. That wouldn't even make sense coming from creation. Creation wouldn't even set us up like that. What creator would create a full brain but only going to allow you to use half of it? No, that's within this system. We're only allowed to use half of it. This system And so once we using the other side or start using partial sides of the other side of our brain, that's when we tap back into our spiritual essence. Some people have it, some people don't. I know I have it. The spiritual essence. That's the part that we're supposed to tap into. You slow ass pale face. Gotta get around them. I'm not gonna let them dictate my day. And be on their time too much. You be on their time, and then that's why I say it's energy harvesting. Because it's day for them. You know how they go about lollygagging ass. So here I am, a high pace, high energy entity. You know. So just like everywhere I go tribal, these people are clicking function. I mean fast. On the roadways, everything. On the roadways, everything. You know. And I'm of that same type of specimen on this planet. Yeah, of that same type of specimen. A higher spiritual being, and they know that. By keeping us docile in this game, by being participants in this game, we stay docile in the ability to be able to use both sides of our brain, especially the chosen tribal people of the earth, of every region. And I'm not saying this, I said the tribal people of earth of every region. More so from North America region, so-called North America, Turtle Island. I'm one of the tribal people from this region. You got tribal people from Africa, not me. Them tribal people is from Africa. You got tribal people from Australia, not me. You got tribal people up, nothing wrong with them. I'm just painting a picture so we all on the same page, so that everybody knows this idea that we all come from Africa don't have to be legitimate. That's another theory. They can't prove that we all from Africa. So I'm just speaking on, I know where I'm from. I know I'm from here in the physical sense, so-called Turtle Island. Nothing wrong with knowing where you're from. And I've been asking the pale-faced people where they from, but they always going to tell you they from some part of America too, which I know is a lie. And that's why I say you got to factor in their resumes. And that's why I'm looking at them like I'm a job recruiter. I'm looking at their resume as a whole, not as individuals. As a whole, I'm looking at their resume, and I'm coming to find out that, they got a resume background for the most part of crime across the globe when it comes to, and so it's hard for me to trust them based on their resume, not some stuff I didn't made up. So thank God we got historians out here, and stuff and all this other stuff, so that we can try to figure these things out when, with the so-called information and knowledge and everything. And they can compile the information and place it where we need to be able, so that we can read it and research it and stuff. And yeah. And thankfully we have a research database, so we can pull up all this stuff that I'm talking about and see if I'm lying or whatever, seeing if it's already can be found on these forums, on these internet-based platforms. But my point, what I'm trying to get to is, she's beautiful sister out there. Well, my point is, damn, sister could take you off track like that. You know they ain't God. All right, she took me all the way off track looking at that beauty. Yeah, so I don't know where I left off, because I lost track of thought looking at that beautiful woman out there. And so I'm just got to keep an eye on the people that I know, that you got to look at their resume. You say you're a job recruiter, you looking at their resume, so you know they full of shit. Don't let them trick you, make you think they They living it up. They ain't got much time left on this planet. And I'm not trying to be rude. Go ask them. Go ask them. I'm not lying to you. I need to go in here and get some liquids. I lost track of thought. So I'm going to have to play this back and listen and pick up where I left off.